Hospice workers hear the same regrets over and over. Not about money they didn't make, or trips they didn't take, but about simple habits they never started. The devastating truth? Most of these regrets could have been prevented with just 5 actions, started early enough to compound over decades. Today, I'm sharing those 5 specific actions that create an unstoppable life. The earlier you start, the more dramatic the results become. Your 80-year-old self is literally begging you to pay attention to what's coming next. Action 1. Building your learning system. Here's what nobody tells you about learning. Most people stop growing the day they graduate, then wonder why their options shrink every year. Meanwhile, the people who build learning systems watch their possibilities multiply exponentially. The compound effect of continuous skill development is insane. Someone who learns just 20 minutes daily for 40 years doesn't just know more stuff. They become a completely different category of person. They adapt to change instead of being crushed by IT. They spot opportunities others miss. They solve problems that seem impossible to everyone else. The key is building a system, not just learning random things. Here's what works. The 20-minute daily rule combined with skill stacking. Pick one core skill that interests you and commit 20 minutes every single day. No exceptions. But here's the multiplier. Every few months, add a complementary skill that connects to your main one. Let me show you how powerful this gets. I know someone who started with basic photography at 25, added video editing at 27, marketing at 30. Now, at 45, they run a creative agency because those skills stacked into something bigger than the sum of their parts sum. The mistake that kills learning momentum? Trying to learn everything at once, or picking skills that don't connect. Choose skills that multiply your options instead of limiting them. If you're in business, maybe it's writing plus psychology plus technology. If you're creative, maybe it's your craft plus business plus digital marketing. Here's the networking effect nobody talks about. When you're known as someone who constantly grows, opportunities find you. People bring their problems to learners because they trust you'll figure it out. Your reputation becomes the person who can handle anything new. Action 2. Investing in deep relationships. The Harvard study of adult development tracked people for over 80 years and found something that changes everything. Relationships matter more than money for life satisfaction. Not just any relationships. Deep, meaningful connections that go beyond surface-level interactions. Here's the brutal truth about surface-level connections. They disappear when you need them most. Your 80-year-old self won't be surrounded by LinkedIn contacts or party acquaintances. They'll be sustained by people who truly know them, who've shared real experiences and weathered actual storms together. Building lasting bonds requires vulnerability, and that's terrifying. It means admitting you don't have everything figured out. It means asking for help sometimes. It means being present when others need you, even when it's inconvenient. But here's why it's worth the risk. Shallow connections drain your energy, while deep relationships multiply. The practical strategies that actually work start with regular check-ins that go beyond "How are you doing?" Share what you're really struggling with. Create shared experiences that matter. Not just hanging out, but doing things that challenge you both or serve something bigger than yourselves. Quality beats quantity every single time. Better to have 3 people who drop everything for you than 30 who wouldn't inconvenience themselves for 5 minutes. The research is clear. People with strong social connections live longer, recover from illness faster, and report higher life satisfaction, even when everything else falls apart. The mentorship multiplier changes the game completely. Find guides who've walked the path you want to walk, but equally important, become a guide for others behind you. When you're both learning from someone ahead and teaching someone behind, you create a network that supports your growth for decades. Warning signs you're neglecting relationships. You're always too busy for personal calls. You only reach out when you need something, or you haven't had a meaningful conversation in weeks. Your career success means nothing if you're isolated when you achieve it. Action 3. creating your health foundation. Here's the brutal reality nobody wants to face. Your body in your 80s is a direct reflection of choices you're making today. Every workout you skip, every vegetable you avoid, every night you sacrifice sleep, it's all compounding in ways that will either give you independence or steal your dignity decades from now. Exercise isn't about looking good in photos. It's about being able to climb stairs without getting winded, carry your own groceries, and maintain your independence when everyone else your age needs help with basic tasks. The research is crystal clear. People who maintain muscle mass and cardiovascular fitness into their 80s have dramatically better quality of life. The minimum effective dose is simpler than you think. 30 minutes of movement, most days, with 2 sessions per week, focused on building strength. That's it. Not Instagram-worthy workouts or extreme fitness challenges. Just consistent movement that maintains your body's ability to function. Nutrition principles that prevent disease aren't complicated either. Eat mostly whole foods, get enough protein to maintain muscle, and avoid the processed garbage that creates inflammation. The diseases that steal quality of life, diabetes, heart disease, dementia, are largely preventable through daily food choices. Sleep is your ultimate performance enhancer and longevity tool. 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep repairs your brain, consolidates memories, and literally cleans toxins from your nervous system. People who consistently sleep well have lower rates of every major disease and maintain cognitive function decades longer. Mental health maintenance is just as critical as physical health. Stress management and emotional regulation skills determine how you handle life's inevitable challenges. Chronic stress ages you faster than almost anything else, while people who develop healthy coping mechanisms stay resilient and adaptable. The compound interest of small daily health choices is staggering. Someone who walks 30 minutes daily for 40 years doesn't just have better cardiovascular health. They have better mood regulation, stronger bones, sharper thinking, and more energy for everything else that matters. Build systems that make healthy choices automatic instead of relying on willpower. Prep meals on Sundays. Schedule workouts like important meetings. Create an environment where the healthy choice is the easy choice. Action 4. Building financial freedom systems. There's a massive difference between being rich and being financially free. Rich people have expensive lifestyles that require constant income. Financially free people have systems that generate money whether they're working or not. Traditional retirement advice fails in today's economy because it assumes a world that no longer exists. Stable careers, reliable pensions, and predictable inflation. Your 80-year-old self needs strategies that work regardless of economic chaos. The power of starting early with compound interest will shock you. Someone who invests $200 monthly starting at 25 will have more money at retirement than someone who invests $800 monthly starting at 45. Time is your biggest advantage, but only if you use it. Multiple income streams create real security in an unpredictable world. Your job pays the bills, but your side business, investments, and passive income streams protect you when industries change overnight. Diversification isn't just for investment portfolios. It's for income sources too. Investment principles for long-term wealth. Focus on time in the market, not timing the market. Low-cost index funds, consistent contributions, and patience beat trying to pick winners or chase quick gains. The boring approach wins over decades. The emergency fund that prevents life derailment isn't just about having money saved. It's about having options when crisis hits. 6 months of expenses gives you the freedom to leave toxic situations, pursue opportunities, or handle medical emergencies without destroying your future. Balance enjoying life now while securing your future by automating your savings first day. Then, spending what's left guilt-free. Pay yourself first through automatic transfers. Then live fully on what remains. Common financial mistakes destroy decades of progress. Lifestyle inflation that grows faster than income. Emotional investing during market swings. And believing that more income automatically solves money problems without addressing spending habits. Action 5. Developing your personal mission. People without purpose fade faster in old age because they lose their reason to keep growing, contributing, and engaging with life. Your mission gives you direction, when everything else feels uncertain. Discovering what truly matters beyond external validation requires honest self-reflection. Strip away what others expect and ask yourself, what problems do you feel called to solve? What legacy do you want to leave? What would you regret not attempting? The legacy question cuts through all the noise. When you're gone, what impact do you want to have made? Not just career achievements, but how you influenced other people's lives and contributed to something bigger than yourself. Create systems to stay aligned with your values during busy periods, because life will try to pull you off course constantly. You're at a choice point right now. Start building these 5 systems today, or join the majority who reach 80 with devastating regrets about what they could have been. Your learning system multiplies your options. Deep relationships sustain you through everything. Health gives you independence. Financial freedom provides security. Personal mission gives you direction. Together, they create an unstoppable life that compounds over decades. Subscribe for more strategies that your future self will thank you for starting today.